Hi, I am architect Ragima Ramachandran. I am here to introduce architect Takashi Niwa from Japan, one of our distinguished speakers for the second talk of third edition of Living Monsoon. He practices both in Vietnam and Japan. He established his firm, Takashi Niwa Architects, in Hanoi, Vietnam in 2018, and in 2020, he established his firm in Tokyo, Japan. Takashi Niwa Architects exercise a sustainable approach in architecture. So let's welcome architect Takashi Niwa. Hi, sir.
Hello.
Hope you had a comfortable flight.
Yes.
It's your first time to India?
Second time.
In Kerala,
Yeah.
it's first time.
Kerala is first time. Yes.
Okay. I've read that you are practicing both in Japan and Vietnam. So you practice both in these different climatic zones. One is temperate and other is tropical, right? So can you give a comparison of this architectural and urbanization in these two contexts?
My hometown is Kanazawa in Japan, which is middle north in Japan,
Okay.
where we have clear 4 seasons with nice spring with sakura tree, and also the autumn with the red leaf, and
It's
also
distinct.
Yes. And winter time we have also snow. So the 4 seasons changing is quite dramatically.
Quite distinct.
Yes,
Okay.
and then also very beautiful. However, now I'm staying in Vietnam.
Vietnam.
Yes, that is the subtropical climate.
Tropical
in
climate,
north,
yes.
and then south is tropical. So
South, you are staying in
Hanoi.
Hanoi, right? Not
Yeah.
Vietnam.
Yes,
Yeah,
Hanoi
okay.
is the how to say metropolis.
Yeah.
Yes, one of the center of north, and then the climate we have hot season, and then the bit cold season,
Okay.
subtropical climate.
Okay.
And then south is totally tropical. So
Tropical.
yes, but the Vietnam also has say long from south to north.
Yeah, I have been
Yes,
to
so
there.
the
And south
climate
is
is
almost
also
similar
variety.
climate, I think,
Yes,
from
yes,
to Kerala.
yes, I think so. Yes.
So, how the architecture differ in or the context, urbanizations differ in Japan, and what is the architect style differences based on that?
Yeah, when I come to the how to say Kochi, when I see the scenery from a hotel, I feel very similar. How to say the condition for the houses with the building and then the light roof to avoid strong sunlight. And
In
maybe
Vietnam?
In Vietnam and in
Okay.
Kochi. So feeling the approach for the building condition, feeling same with Vietnam
Similar.
and Kochi. Yes, but Japan, we have more how to say the severe climate. So our building have insulation, and then also the preparation for the winter time. Together with hot
Both
summer.
you have to consider, like
Yes.
the extreme heat and the extreme cold.
Yes.
Okay.
So
And
yeah.
some part of Japan is also earthquake prone, right?
Yes, my hometown got earthquake last month, severe one. I think here maybe you saw news. So my relative also affected. They are fine, but
So for that, what
yeah.
kind of technique actually?
We have a severe regulation for earthquake to be enough strong for the earthquake.
Foundation?
Yes. However, the regulation become updated by time. So latest one is just 30 years ago updated.
Okay.
So this time the house is damaged was built before that new regulation. So yeah, and also the place was not considered as a severe earthquake area.
Yeah.
So we were very, how to say, surprised. But actually the whole Japan need to consider about earthquake carefully.
And then the climates,
Yes,
severe
yes,
climates.
Yes.
Thank you. And the next question is, what challenges do you anticipate as you continue working in these two climatic zones? In Japan, I think you already mentioned it. And in a tropical climate zone, what will be the challenge?
Yes. Before I came to Vietnam, I also stayed in Malaysia 1 year, where the Johor city is just across from Singapore.
Okay.
And then the climate of also tropical. So I was very, interested in the how to say
Experiment.
experiment
in
of
tropical climate.
Yes,
Okay.
with the how to say the same temperature. But
Almost same
almost same
temperature throughout.
just change the rainy season and the dry season.
Yeah, I think here the challenge will be more to handle the rain, no? Tropical.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
so in the coming years, as the climate changes, do you anticipate any severe challenge here or something to say about that?
I think the very interesting for me is the how to control the sunlight because the daytime is quite hot sunlight, but early morning and then afternoon, late afternoon become comfortable.
Yeah.
Yes, how to coordinate that the time to be more enjoyable.
Yeah, so in a tropical, throughout the year the temperature will be, but in a diurnal variation will be, I mean the noon it will be harsh. So that controlling that is a challenge for you.
Yes.
Okay.
And also also I'm surprised at the strong scenery of plants, which is because in Japan the scenery is changing by season.
Yeah.
So it is also dramatically nice, but
Yes.
the tropical climate we have very strong trees and also develop quite fast. After 2-3 years we planted, it become a big tree. So so that make me to consider that the plants can be kind of can be considered as a kind of building material, building element.
Element in
like, yes, the plants can be roof, plants can be the wall, plants can be the how to say can be considered as the same as
temperature controlling element also.
Stone wall or brick wall. Also we have green wall.
Yes,
as the element of architecture.
Okay, so the next one, you said handling the temperature and is one of the tasks. So is there any building type that hold relevance as you consider this challenge? Any particular building typology? You said handling the afternoon sun is one of the challenge. I think also the rain as well.
Yeah.
So do you suggest any building typology for that, or have you come up with any building?
I think the biggest possibility in Vietnam, there are strong sunlight and also enough rainfall and also high humidity.
Yeah.
So and building itself doesn't have insulation. So how to make the layers around the building to control sunlight will be very, very effective to living with comfortable condition. So I considered as the plant as one of the layers of the building to control sunlight. So then we can not only the control sunlight, but also we can get some many richness from plants if we have covered. If we cover the building by plant, of course we can see the scenery of trees, and also the sunlight penetrates through. It's beautiful.
Yes.
We can visualize wind by the moving, and also we can harvest sometimes fruit, vegetable, and also the flowers.
So multiple benefits.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this, I think, one of the key to make the community more stronger. Because if we have plants in the house, in Hanoi, in Vietnam city, because the land price is quite expensive, so very less greenery in the city. However, the building is tall, so we have more facade
but I have seen
put the greenery.
Beautiful flowering plants. I mean, they're using it in most of the buildings, no? Beautiful land.
Yeah, they are interested in puts the plant on the building. But I'm very interested in to utilize greenery together with building design. So we can maximize the benefit for environmental control and aesthetics and also the maintenance idea.
So my next question is, what aspects of this tropical climates actually attracted you? Like you were born in Japan and now you practice in a tropical zone. So what it actually inspired you?
There are two aspects for me to stay Vietnam longer. First is history, and second is the combination of architecture, design, and climate. So first, history. I born in the 1979, and then Vietnamese last war finished the war was 79 also. So the Vietnamese peaceful time is the same history time with me. So I can easily imagine how Vietnam come back from wartime and developing. And it is very meaningful for me to join the making history. Especially the architectural history is developing a lot, but before not much because of situation of wars.
So, I think it lasted a long year, no?
Yes, yes. So we can see the many heritages in the French era and also the Chinese era and also the independent era. But the most of the building was very, how to say, not much developed. And then now this peaceful time is very important for Vietnam to develop and also find out their own cultural approach for architecture. And then the Vietnam, as you know, that Vietnamese culture for food, product, lifestyle, quite original and very variety. So very rich.
Authentic.
Yes, yes. However, the architectural condition was not much developed.
So they have a Chinese or French influence, right? The Vietnam architecture.
Yes.
Okay.
So
even now, when you develop new buildings, does this influence still?
Yes, there are a lot of influence left, and then that is also important and also interesting for me. The diversity of the culture. Also, they have a lot of ethnics in mountain area. Yes. So this diversity is potential of Vietnamese architecture, but we need to find out what is important and valuable.
What retain
yes,
and
yes,
what
and then
like
develop architecture with thinking that. So this approach in this time is very important, and I'm very happy to join in this part. Yes, and then also the climate of Vietnam is very, how to say, variety also. South is tropical and north is subtropical with very high humidity. So these conditions, architecture and architects need to find out a good approach for more comfort.
For particular region, right?
Yes. Yes. Okay. So that difficulty and also challenge for design is make me more interested in work there. Yes, because there are many chances with idea
to explore.
Yes, yes. So it is my happiness to working in Vietnam.
When I have gone through your website, so I have read that your design philosophy or approaches, particularly regarding that visualizing the values. So even if it's a small project or a big project, so how are you incorporating this ideology? Can you give an example?
Yeah. Yes, I established my company almost 6 years ago. Okay. And then I'm foreigner, Japanese, and my team is mainly Vietnamese, but also some foreigners. Now we have Japanese, Russian, and also Indian interns. So there are variety.
Versatile.
Yes. So to work together, and also to share the idea together. I think something we need a common keyword to approach. So that's why I utilize visualize value.
So that will be a common element in all
yes,
your design.
yes.
Okay.
And then the values for project and also our working style we can consider as a multiple meaning for this word. For example, the project itself has own value. For example, site has values, and then the climate around, culture around is values, and also client have own value, and then the environment and also one of the value. So there are a lot of values. So which value we consider and pick up to develop to visualize is the important. So from research to become form with thinking these values is the interesting and also important for me. And then
so which value might depend upon the project, right? Which value you should focus more on will depend upon the project.
Yes.
What kind of project it?
Yes. So each project have different values. So we discuss and choose it to utilize it. So the values will not be one values, but also some values. Especially the I want to propose to client how to visualize their own values, connecting with the local condition. Yes, because they also have a history by themselves, and then they have aiming to make a building or design there. So this reason, and then the local demand, if harmonized, we can make a quite unique building.
Unique building.
Yes. So how that is the what discuss in the team and also with client to make the value of building and design more clearly. And then besides making building, we are also as an architect we want to challenge and also we are working in the team. So how to visualize our values in the process also very important. That is another level of visualize the value for working conditions.
There are so many layers.
Yes, and then after complete building, the building our challenge can be a seat of the area or history. So sharing after the completion of building also very important. So visualize the values of a project after completion. So we have working
like post occupancy evaluation. You mean?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So the working and then design, building and construction, and then after that the sharing. These are all
how they use
approach. Yes.
I have read that you are now also working as a professor in one of the universities in Japan. So what actually inspired your transition as a professor?
Yes, I'm now teaching at Kyoto University of the Arts, the private university specialized for the arts.
Architects or arts?
Arts.
Arts
And
actually.
architectural design is one of the department. University output is very important. And then also I was invited to the university from abroad. Universities in Kyoto in Japan. It's the old capital of Japan. So and I'm teaching at the graduate school. So to work with students for studio, how to say, reconsider what is my value to join the university.
What made you also choose a profession like to teach architecture students? So you were practicing since then. I have read that you were giving lectures and all.
Yes.
But moving into as a professor, what made you move into such a job? Like maybe if you wanted to help the growing generation, or what was behind that?
The Japan has the student in Japan. They are generally knows only the Japan. And then, but I'm working in Vietnam more than 10 years. Then I become know the what is good in Japan and what is good for the young student to try. So as the experience of practice in the Southeast Asia, I want to connect more Japan and Vietnam to discover their potential. And also I'm teaching the student through the studio, design studio. So I put my studio site as in Vietnam with real site.
You give site in Vietnam, so
Yes.
it's a different climatic
Yes,
zone.
yes,
Okay.
with real client, real site. And also I ask the student to propose the program to the client.
Okay.
So that is
Okay,
the yes
More practical approach.
practical,
Yeah.
yes. And then they also consider what is important in Vietnam besides using their experience.
Experience in
Yes,
Japan.
yes. And then also consider what is possibility of architecture. So if we try to, if the studio site is in Japan, if once we go abroad,
They can think,
yes,
I mean, more challenges will
yes,
be.
yes. We need to study more,
Yeah,
and then we need to
yeah.
imagine more. So that is a connection. What I think we can, I can support
Better
to,
develop.
yes,
Yeah.
the widen
Their
view.
viewpoint.
Yes. And then for myself, also very important because to teach studio, also I need to understand what is my strong point. So after come back how to say, to prepare the studio, I realized that my approach is very influenced by the environment, especially material and the geometry. So how to construct or assemble or the
These
material,
values,
yes, materials, and with the geometry to create a three-dimensional space with which prepare good environment for users.
For the users.
Yes. So find out material or sometimes develop material itself and then geometry. So this approach is also a bit how to say special for Japanese condition.
Okay.
Because Japanese building is generally very how to say the
box kind?
box kind.
Okay.
Yes, and then planning is very important.
Plan.
Yes, so the Japanese education start from planning. That is very important, but sometimes we limit the imagination. So my studio started from material and geometry, and then a program later.
Then
To
function you
maximize,
along with that.
Yes, yes. So that is the what I think interesting.
More interesting,
yes,
and
yes.
you can explore more in creativity.
Yes, yes. So the student
Otherwise
choose,
they are stuck.
Yes.
Yeah.
A student. I also ask a student to study several geometries. For example, the minimum surface recently is the surface to make the volume with minimum material. Recently developed this kind of study a lot. So this is most complex one, and the simple one is the shell, like hyperboloid or HP shell or something. The ruled geometry with combine the straight element to create the dynamic shape. That is very
interesting for the students,
yes,
as well.
and easy to apply. And then once they try it and then understand the form of rules, that is become the skill of
that became a skill
yes,
then.
Student, yes.
Yeah.
So that is the for myself also. I was happy to have skills through the working with Mr. Noriaki Okabe, who was chief architect of Renzo Piano.
Okay.
And then he worked with him more than 20 years. And then he finished Kansai International Airport with Renzo Piano. So the Kansai International Airport in Osaka utilized geometry to make more than 1.7 kilometer building.
Okay.
So once we understand the geometry, we can apply the big scale, small scale,
Yeah.
even interior design, so and landscape.
So that
Geometry.
skill, if you
yes,
have, it's easy to
yes,
manipulate any type of
yes, yes,
projects.
yes. That's why I'm now designing not only architecture, but we design furniture, and also we design the bridge
Yeah.
beside making architecture. So because we are working for the form of architecture,
Form-based.
yes. So once we understand the rule of developing forms, our imagination can be more expanded. Yes. And then also for students, I explained that the geometry is become more important and important for future, because now we have AI generated forms, and also we will develop our life condition in the universe maybe sooner.
Different.
Yes. So this condition, if we understand the geometry and if we describe geometry, we can communicate with AI to generate the forms with thinking the form
What we
of
are
rules.
thinking.
Yes. Or it's kind of skill also, or to
In the new
create. Yes.
Yeah. In the upcoming years.
So that is also I received the idea from Mr. Noriaki Okabe. He is generally working with very good engineers, structure engineer, MEP engineer. Then the communication through the geometry. So geometry can be a common word between architects
And the
engineers.
engineers, yes.
And the future also manufacturer. So that is my understanding of potential of geometry, and also it's helpful to communicate with
Get connected with the most of the workers.
So that is very interesting.
And that you are imbibing to the students.
Yes.
Let's move on to our last question. So the last one is about our own event which you are hosting here. So what is your thought you would like to share about Living Monsoon?
My theme for today's talking will be power of plants. When I came to Vietnam, I surprised the strong power of plants. And then
Plants.
yes, and then also I'm very interested in how to utilize plants, integrate into the building by consider with environment. And then now my understanding become more understanding for power plants widen more. Before I utilize greenery directly, and also greenery as a material like bamboo itself. However, after living in Vietnam more than 10 years, I discovered the more relationship with plants and the culture. For example, patterns. Vietnam was occupied by French, and in that time, France Art Deco, what is they enjoy the form of plant into the design as a decoration.
French people.
Yes. So it is the same time with Art Deco and the French colonial time. That's why there are a lot of influence for the decoration. For example, cast iron for fence, we can see the plant pattern. Still now we can see the plant pattern in Vietnam. So
they use plants for this fences.
Yes. So not only enjoy the real plants, but they enjoy the patterns. So that is what I consider is important. And also through the patterns, engineering patterns, also I consider the system of plants is also important. The plants itself have the system to develop the form, structure, also system of plant, and then environmental control under the plants, and also plants itself is very important. And then how to get nutrition to develop the plant. They maximize the nutrition
of the soil.
Yes. So this system is very harmonized with Vietnamese culture, because I feel the base of Vietnamese culture very deeply connected with plants, powerful plants.
So that might be one of your reasons to start an office.
Yes, yes.
there, no?
So today I want to share the power of plants, how we can utilize in tropical climate and develop not only the each independent building, but also considered as a concept of the city, also
City
living.
planning or even
or
building
living,
planning.
yes.
Yeah, nice. So hope to see more of your insights in the coming session. And thanks for spending time with us.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.